A part of me is always growing, always wanting more, always telling me I grew up on the rough side of the Dino, but I tell you now that that shit is... Hey, welcome to another installment, another episode of I'm Glad You Came. I am your host, Joe the Babies. And with me as always is my trusty sidekick, Manny the Mannequin. And somewhere in the mix, in the dwellings, is Norma. Holding it down. B.O.B. You heard? So today is... What's today? Today, I know it's a Wednesday. Today is... I don't even know what number it is, big dogs. I like calling people big dogs because that's a gender fluid. We're all dogs out here. We're all dogs. Some of us are puppies, but we gotta stand tough. It is the 17th. It is August. It is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022, and the stuff's wild out there, big dogs. I want to share with you guys something real quick. I was at the Comedy Store last night, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I had the roast battles, and it just attracts all types of talent. It attracts open micers, it attracts openers, it attracts headliners, it attracts people from all levels, people from every type of ethnicity, every flavor, every sauce is in there, every distinct smell is in there, and this is all going down in the belly room. And if you've been there, you know that it gets jam-packed with all types of funky smells, delicious smells. Like, I was up in the belly room watching the roast battles, and the comics that are there just there to observe, to watch, to critique, to enjoy, to be satisfied. They kick it in this little hallway on the top where it leads to the green room. It leads to the bathrooms, and I'm in the mix, right? I'm in there. I'm sardined in this mix, and I'm in the bathroom. I'm literally watching the roast battles inside the bathroom, and it smells like pee-pee, like an intoxicating amount of pee-pee. So after half an hour, I'm dizzy. And what made it worse was that I go there to enjoy myself. I go there to have a good time. But I wasn't because the people around me, the comedians around me, were just so judgmental. They were so critical of every single word being said up there by the two people roast battling, duking it out. And it just felt disgusting after a while, man. It felt like a bunch of haters, man. And I don't like being around that environment where it's just a bunch of negative comments, a bunch of criticism. And it's like, dude, it's hard enough being up there at the Comedy Store in the belly room while being recorded, live streamed for people all over the world to enjoy, and have some of the best roasters in the industry judging your roast battle, critiquing your jokes, but to also have like a bunch of loser comics in the dwelling just criticizing you, judging you, all that's going on, and you're still on stage trying to put up a good show, trying to show out. All that is hectic, stressful, full of anxiety, and yet these comics on the sideline are just a-holes, just judging nastiness. It's just a bunch of hate. And I couldn't be there anymore because the smell of the urine was making me want to throw up. And these comics hating, I had to leave, man. I'm out of here. I don't want to be here any longer. I don't want to listen to this crap. And I just wondered to myself, like, why? Like, I feel like some of these comics that are judgmental, that are a-holes that way, I feel like they're not even all there, man. They're not even in their, like, they're all sociopaths. They're all, something's wrong with their mechanics. They don't feel empathy. They don't care about other people's feelings, man. They're just so selfish that, like, they want to make it. They want to get famous. And, like, they don't understand that when they talk like this, it makes them look terrible. And I left. I didn't want to hear any more words out of them. I was like, I can't listen to these guys in front of me just be total D-bags and just poop on these guys' performances. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like I said, it's tough being up there. I've never been up there, but I could only imagine like the pressure of trying to perform well in front of these people. And here's another thing, like the Comedy Store in Hollywood attracts a bunch of weird, off-balanced people, man. Like, I've hung around, I've tried to check stuff out, and everybody in there that's trying to make it, that's trying to get stage time, that's trying to like open up for a headliner in there, there's something wrong with them, man. They're like, they're psychopaths. It is weird. It's like I've seen how they are, and it's disgusting, man. So I have a hard time going there sometimes. Like when I don't go with like a friend or two, and I'm not just talking to them. Like when I go to the Comedy Store and I'm talking to people like at my level, they are some weird, disturbed people, man. I don't even know, like, I didn't even know comedy attracted so many of these sociopaths, man. It's really weird, and it's hard to maneuver around there because I'm a sensitive dude, man. Like, that type of talk really, like, irks me. So I ended up leaving early. I didn't get to watch the final battle, and I just drove home, man. I drove home. I don't like to be around that type of negativity. I don't like to be around that type of hate, man. It's intoxicating. It's debilitating, and it's hurtful. And I just couldn't do it anymore. So that was what I did last night. That's where I was hanging out. I did have some highlights though. I did meet a couple cool people like in outside in the hallway before you went in through the back. Met some cool dudes. We chopped it up. We had a decent conversation about just weird stuff, man. Those are like my favorite conversations, and like when we talk about like nonsense, but stuff that doesn't make sense. And that's why I like some comics, man. Is like they're able to take a small conversation and just balloon it into something huge, and it's something interesting. And like no one else on earth other than comedians can do that. And I didn't follow him on Instagram or anything or Twitter or anything because the conversation was just so good. We just kept, riffing off of each other, kept going. I got to kick it with my pal, Sal Trujillo. Shout out to him, man. He's a dope dude. He's hilarious, and not only that, man, but he's genuinely a nice person, which is a rare mix in comedy, man. When you can meet a killer in the stand-up game and an actual decent human being, that doesn't come around very often. I'm telling you right now, in the 5 years that I've been doing comedy, I rarely have seen that. So, love Sal Trujillo, man. Dope dude. He's killing it. He's gonna watch out for that guy, man. That guy has everything going for me. Everything is coming together for him, and I'm always happy to see him. I'm always happy to see his videos blow up on the interwebs. It's dope, man. Let's get into some of the news, man. Let's talk about what's going on this wonderful Wednesday morning, man. It's crazy, man. The news is usually not a good source to turn to for like inspiration or to make you feel positive, but let's try to find some of that. Oh, this is some horrible stuff out here. Who writes this stuff? This stuff sucks. None of this stuff is supposed to make me feel good. I think they ran like a study one time in like Baltimore or Vermont or something like that, where they tried to switch it up on people, where like they try to make the news positive, and their ratings went down. People just like horrible, horrible stories of people getting mutilated, destroyed, hurt, damaged, robbed. That's the interesting stuff, man, I guess. I guess it's because we're not children and we don't want to see Coco Melon and positive stuff like that. It's weird, man. People are strange. Oh my God, look at these stories, man. God dang it. Oh my God. Something positive. Give me something good. This sucks. Everything is bad. Something good. Something at least interesting. Something spooky. All right. We'll find it. It's like 80 terrible stories, and I'm going to find the one that's good. Give me a story about a puppy. Damn it. All right. I'm going to try to switch it up here. All right. What's going on in the U.S.? Something good. Oh, man, it got worse. No. It's all full of diseases, death, mutilation. Lord have mercy on us, man. Gee, can I get a good story? What is this, man? Oh my goodness. Rainbow fentanyl? What? All right, let's go to the world, because nothing in the U.S. is good, man. That sucks, dude. I could not find one positive news story in the U.S. So we're gonna broaden our search to the world. Hopefully something in the world, something nice happened in the world, man. Come on. Oh my God, look at North Korean fires 2 missiles. What? Come on. Jeez, man. Anything, give me something. All right, fine. Europe's most beautiful towns. Can we talk about that? Europe's more beautiful. Dude, that's the first thing that I found that was positive. Can you guys believe this? All right, let's talk about that. Netherlands, Githorn, Netherlands. Oh, this place looks nice. This place looks like they ain't got no roaches, no raccoons. This looks like one of the houses in the Lord of the Rings, like the Lord of the Ring houses. This is a really nice place. All right, let's do two more. All right. I can't even say these places. Guimarães, Portugal. This place is nice too. Look at this place. It looks like a big old library from Hogwarts. This looks pretty dope. I like that old rusticy look. It's like, hey, we're still stuck in World War I. We haven't changed one bit. I like that. That's no, I don't like this place. Roscoff, France. Nah, it looks too plain. It looks like all the houses are made out of cereal boxes. Like a good gust of wind will make them all tumble down. All right. Oh, this place looks nice. Check this place out. Angari, Italy. There you go. Angari, Italy. This place looks nice, man. It looks like prostitution is thriving here. It looks like a loaf of bread is still 10 cents. And a block of cheese is like $1. This is like a good looking place, man. I like it. I like all the rubble and the walls. I like it looks like if you argue with your spouse in any of these like little houses, no one can hear you because those walls are all solid stone. You could throw a reggaeton party in one of these houses and none of your neighbors will complain, man. And that's a good thing, because I used to live in apartments where the walls were thin, that if you coughed, the neighbor three doors down would wake up and knock on your doors like, can you guys keep it down in there? It was like there was no privacy in there. If you wanted to like beat your children or something like that, when my parents would beat my tush, they would beat me up, they would turn up the TV and turn on the radio and really whoop me because they didn't want the neighbors to hear me like screaming in agonizing pain. That's how thin the walls were, man. But here in this town of Angari, Italy, you could beat any kid up and no neighbor would complain, man. That's how thick the walls are. Good old architects in Italy. So that was it for the news. So football season is literally around the corner. We're 3 weeks away from it, and I'm excited. And one way for me to prepare for that is I've been watching a bunch of highlights of mini camp, of training camp, of OTAs, and now preseason games. But I want to tell you guys a story about the first ever football game that I ever went to. As you guys could tell from my background and some other stuff that I have on the table, I'm a huge New York Jets fan, unfortunately. And about 7 years ago, we went to go watch the New York Jets play the San Diego Chargers. The thing is that the New York Jets only come to the West Coast like every 4 years for whatever reason. That's how they do it. So this year, they were going to play in Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. That's when the Chargers were still in San Diego. So I buy my little tickets, right? I buy 2 tickets, for me and my date, and it was like $100 each. And I go with my friend of mine, Quang, and his girlfriend at the time. And we get there. It was like a grimy, nasty stadium, and we're walking around, and I'm getting to the parking lot. We get off. We start walking into the stadium, all 4 of us. And immediately the Chargers fans are like, "Boo, you suck, buddy. You're going down." And I'm like, okay, some rowdiness. I appreciate this. People are like throwing stuff at me, and I'm like, "Hey, what the heck?" And that should have been an indication. That should have been some foreshadowing of how horrible the rest of the day was going to be. So we get into the game, and we're looking for seats, and we happen to sit on the Chargers side. So it's my buddy James, his girlfriend at the time. They're wearing their Chargers jersey, and me and my date, we're wearing New York Jets, and we're sitting on the Chargers side, and we're like, is this going to be a problem? And it was. So the game commences, and we suck right off the bat. The Jets are doing terrible, man. The starting quarterback at the time was Geno Smith, who's now with the Seahawks. That guy's a bum. If you ever see this Geno Smith, you suck. Anyways, so we're watching the game, and Rex Ryan was the head coach at the time. I think Mark Sanchez just injured his shoulder or something during one of the preseason games. So it's like we had Geno Smith in there, something crazy like that. And we are sucking so bad, man. Let me look up the score. It was so bad. It was like 3-37 or something. It was 2014. It was in 2014. Look at the score. It was October 5th, 2014. You guys want to know the score? It was 31 San Diego to 0 New York Jets. It was 31-0, man. We didn't even score a field goal. That's how bad we were getting destroyed. It sucked. It was so horrible. We left early. There was nothing that the New York Jets were doing that was right. Nothing at all. We were getting annihilated. And to make things worse, the Charger fans were so disgustingly vile with me and my date. They were throwing gum in her hair from up in the stands. They were throwing gum in her hair. She was trying to fish out gum from her hair. They were throwing bottle caps at us. They were throwing beer bottles at us. They were throwing liquids at us. I hope it was beer and not pee. And my date, she starts crying, and she's like, "Why are they being so mean to us? It's just a football game." And I'm like, I don't know, man. They're drunk. They're stupid. They're Charger fans. And then it dawned on me, we beat these guys in the playoffs like a couple years ago, and they're still angry about that. And after so much punishment, people yelling obscenities at us, people telling us to go not live ourselves anymore, they were starting to get rowdier and rowdier as time went on, as the quarters were getting closer to the end. And in the fourth quarter, we left, man. It was 0 to like 31 in the fourth quarter. It was nasty. It was disgusting. So me, my partner, and my friend James and his girlfriend, we all four got up and started walking away. And as we're walking away, people start pelting us with all types of debris, cans of beer, more gum. I think someone threw a dusty ass Adidas at us. It was just a horrible experience. My date's crying. She's like, oh, why would you bring me here? This place sucks. And I'm like, mad, dude. I'm mad because I'm like, man, it's just a football game, dude. You guys are being so vile, so incredibly rude. Like, it's a football game, man. God, can you guys chill out? But there was no point. It was like 5,000 of them, and just me and my date wearing the green New York Jets stuff, and we just ran out of there like this and cried all the way home. And from that point on, I hate you Charger fans. I hate all you punks out there. But that's part of the game, baby. So that gets me wild up for the season. I don't know if I'm gonna see the Jets this season. Money's tight around here. We just hired Norma, and we gotta pay her. We gotta pay Manny. So comedy. What's going on in comedy with me right now? I am, I was, like I said earlier in the podcast, I was at the Comedy Store and I was talking to the door guys, and we're chopping it up, man. We're having a good time. We're having conversation, and then they made me feel good, man. They're like, hey, man, come back around. Like, you belong here. Like, funny dude. Like, keep it going. And just meeting nice people is in comedy, and especially comics that are actually going to be something in life. That rejuvenated my spirit. That made me feel like, okay, this is cool. Like there are some good people in this game, man. Because you have to understand something. I've made friends with a lot of comedians, and it didn't turn out so well, man. Some of them, unfortunately, are no longer my friends. Unfortunately, broke off with me, and it sucks because some of these comedians, man, like nobody wanted to talk to them. Nobody wanted to like engage with them. Nobody wanted to even have any type of interaction with them. Nobody even cared about their opinions. And I was just trying to be a nice person and be inclusive and introduce them to everybody, and it turns out that I should have just minded my own business, man. So sometimes it's like that in the game, but I'm not gonna change as a person. I'm gonna still keep being myself. I'm gonna still keep being nice to everybody. I'm gonna still be inclusive to everybody. I'm gonna treat everyone as an equal, even if they're not good at comedy, even if they're just starting off, even if they're rookies, whatever. I'm gonna be nice to everybody, man, because that's who I am as a person. And if these friendships didn't last, if these relationships didn't go anywhere, you just gotta keep on moving, man. Don't let that change who you are inside. So I'm gonna keep on being myself, and thank you guys for listening to this episode of I'm Glad You Came. On behalf of me, Manny, and Norma, we'll see you guys next time. We did it, Manny!